Have you ever felt like the world around you has lost its color, turned a bit gray and dull? Imagine a young girl named Ilara, living in a world just like that. Everything was monochrome, a sea of blacks, whites, and endless shades of gray. Her home, her city, even the sky above seemed to have forgotten the vibrant hues of life. Ilara felt a deep longing for something she'd only read about in ancient, dusty books: color. The stories spoke of a time when the world was a canvas of brilliant reds, sunny yellows, and deep blues. But now, that seemed like a forgotten fairy tale. One rainy afternoon, while exploring her grandmother's attic, a place filled with forgotten treasures and the scent of old wood, Ilara stumbled upon something extraordinary. Tucked away in a dusty chest was a small, ornate key and a hand-drawn map. The map was strange, unlike any she had ever seen. It didn't show streets or cities, but winding paths through whispering woods and across sleeping streams. At its center was a drawing of a single radiant flower, glowing with every color imaginable. Below it, a cryptic inscription read, "Where colors sleep, a key will wake them." A spark of hope ignited in Ilara's heart. Could this be real? Could this key unlock the secret to bringing color back to her world? With the key clutched tightly in her hand and the map as her guide, Ilara set off on an adventure. Her journey was far from easy. She navigated through tangled forests where the gray trees seemed to whisper warnings, and crossed misty fields where the silence was so deep you could hear your own heartbeat. She met peculiar creatures along the way, a wise old owl with silver eyes who spoke in riddles, and a mischievous fox who tried to lead her astray with clever tricks. Yet, Ilara's determination never wavered. The image of that multicolored flower on the map fueled her every step. Finally, after days of walking, she arrived at an old, ivy-covered stone wall. It stretched as far as the eye could see, with no apparent entrance. But Ilara noticed a small, almost hidden wooden door, nearly swallowed by the thick ivy. And on that door was a keyhole, old and rusted, but a perfect match for the key she held. With a trembling hand, she inserted the key. It turned with a satisfying click, and the heavy door creaked open, revealing a sight that stole her breath away. Before her lay a garden, but it was just as gray as the world she'd left behind. The trees were skeletal, the flower beds were barren, and a crumbling stone fountain stood silent in the center. A wave of disappointment washed over her. Was this it? Was the map a lie? But as she stepped inside, a single teardrop of frustration fell from her eye and landed on the dry soil. In that very spot, a tiny sprout pushed through the earth, unfurling a leaf of the most brilliant, vivid green she had ever seen. Ilara realized the magic wasn't just in the key, but within her. Her emotions were the paint, and the garden was her canvas. When she felt joy, thinking of her grandmother's warm smile, a patch of daisies burst forth in sunny yellow. When she remembered the courage it took to face the whispering woods, a bed of roses bloomed in a deep, brave red. She danced through the garden, pouring her feelings into the earth. Laughter brought fields of bright orange marigolds, and a moment of quiet contemplation painted the irises a thoughtful, deep purple. The garden transformed into a breathtaking explosion of color, a living tapestry of Ilara's own heart. The magic flowed out from the garden walls, seeping back into her world. The gray sky blushed with the pinks and oranges of a sunrise. The drab buildings of her city began to glow with newfound life, and people on the streets looked up, their faces filled with wonder as color washed over them for the first time. Ilara, a small girl from a colorless world, had not just found a secret garden. She had rediscovered the magic of emotion and, in doing so, repainted her entire world. Her quest reminds us that sometimes the most vibrant colors are hidden within ourselves, just waiting for a little bit of courage to let them bloom. Thank you so much for joining me on this colorful journey today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.